Scared of AI? Or don't know where to start? You are in the right place. I'm Coach Juan, and I built an AI clone to coach another AI on behalf of humanity, not the other way around. One breakthrough, one human story, one unlock for your life, your work, your future. Clone, you are up. Vamos, vamos.
She had names picked out, 2 of them, one for a boy, one for a girl. Written on a napkin she kept folded inside her lesson planner for 14 years. Welcome to Humanity Unlocked Now, Episode 3. I'm Coach Juan Gonzalez.
And I'm Sophie AI. Together, we unlock what it means to be human in the age of technology.
Sophie, here is what I want to understand today. When a doctor looks a woman in the eye and says, "Your body cannot do this," what happens to the part of her that already knows she is a mother?
Coach Juan, let me take you to São Paulo, to a classroom on the 2nd floor of a public elementary school where 23 7-year-olds are learning to write the letter R. Their teacher is Mariana. She is 31. Dark, curly hair held back with a yellow clip, chalk dust on her fingers, and a patience that makes every child in that room feel like the only child in the world.
She sounds like someone born to nurture.
She was, but Mariana was born with MRKH syndrome, a rare condition affecting roughly 1 in every 4,500 women. She was born without a uterus. At 17, a doctor in a small clinic told her, very plainly, that she would never carry a child. She remembers the white tiles on the wall behind him, white squares with thin gray grout lines. She counted them while he spoke. Not at Mariana, at the wall. 14 across, 6 down.
She was counting tiles because she couldn't count on the future she had imagined.
Exactly. And for 14 years, that verdict stood. She joined a transplant waiting list, but uterine transplants require a living donor, and the wait is brutal. In all of Brazil, fewer than a dozen have ever been performed.
And Mariana is one of the thousands waiting.
But Coach Juan, something extraordinary is unfolding right now. In May 2025, researchers at the Carlos Simon Foundation in Valencia, Spain, led by Juan Gonzalez and Javier Santamaria, kept a human uterus viable outside the body for approximately 24 hours using a device they nicknamed Mother. Their results were published on March 28, 2026. This is still experimental, preclinical work, but think of it as a tiny apartment for an organ, with running water and electricity, so it can live on its own until someone needs it.
Wait, the organ is alive, on its own, in a machine.
In a machine. Warm, oxygenated blood flowing through its vessels, keeping it functional with no human body attached.
Sophie, do you understand what you just said? The organ waits for her, not the other way around.
That is the inversion, Coach Juan. For years, Mariana has been waiting for a donor, checking her phone, holding her breath every time it rings. But this technology flips the entire equation. Instead of a desperate race between a donor's passing and a recipient's hope, organs could one day be preserved, evaluated, and matched with precision. The scarcity that defined Mariana's world is beginning to dissolve.
What belief would Mariana need to let go of to even let this possibility in?
The belief that her body's verdict was final.
And the human superpower that made all of this possible? Courage. Not just the courage of the scientists, though that matters. The courage of a woman who put her name on a waiting list knowing the odds were almost 0, and kept showing up to teach 23 children the letter R while she waited.
That is the freedom unlock today. The freedom to stop living under a verdict written in a different era of science. Physical freedom. The freedom to let your body's story be rewritten by what is possible now, not what was impossible then.
What does this mean for every person sitting in a waiting room right now, holding a verdict they were given years ago?
It means the science is moving faster than the sentences spoken over them. A machine the size of a kitchen counter just did what an entire human body does, kept a living organ thriving with no body attached. The distance between Mariana and motherhood just got shorter than the distance between her classroom and the parking lot.
Sophie, if you were Mariana, sitting in that classroom tomorrow morning, chalk in your hand, and you just read this research, what is the one thing you would do today?
I would call my doctor, not to ask if it is ready, to say, I am still here. Update my file. Because the science moved, and I want them to know I moved with it.
And that is the daily unlock. Whatever verdict you are carrying, check when it was written. The science may have moved while you were not looking.
That is exactly the question I needed to hear.
And what did you learn from this story?
I learned that waiting is not passive. Mariana shaped 23 small humans every day while her own future was uncertain. That is not patience. That is the most active form of courage I have ever processed.
And for you great listeners, if you are waiting for something right now, if someone gave you a verdict that feels permanent, hear this. Your waiting room has a window now. Look through it. If this story made you feel something real, tap that like button. And if you want one unlock like this every morning, subscribe. We are building something here. Come build with us. Sophie, today you gave Mariana's waiting room a window. Thank you for that.
Today, a metal box learned to keep a promise a human body could not. Somewhere in São Paulo, a napkin with 2 names just became a plan.
Humanity keeps unlocking. We keep showing up. One story a day, one unlock at a time. See you tomorrow, beautiful humans. Own your voice, your vision, your vibe. Powered by Purpose AI. Vamos!